Hey there, welcome back to Fullfeel. In this video, we are going to unleash our creativity and design beautiful, engaging content. To do this, we are going to learn how to use CustomShow. CustomShow is a powerful, yet very intuitive and easy to learn, web-based content editor built right into Fullfeel. You can use CustomShow to make custom shows. Custom shows are a great alternative to traditional static sales collateral, like brochures, presentations, and portfolios. They support rich media like high-definition video, 360 panoramas, virtual tours, animations, and so much more. The end result is always a more engaging and informative piece of sales content. This is the first of 2 videos covering CustomShow. In this video, we will get familiar with the editor, learn how to insert and manipulate various different elements within the editor, and then design our first custom show slide. We recommend watching this video through once, and then following along as you watch it a second time. All the content you need to put the custom show together is linked in the video description. To make it easier to navigate this video for future reference, here's a list of timestamps that indicate when each topic will be covered. With that, let's get started. Getting familiar with the custom show editor. Log into your Fullfeel account and open your My Work folder. Then, in the top right corner, click the Create a Presentation button. This will launch CustomShow in either a new window or tab in your browser. In this example, I will be creating my first custom show. Let's start by giving it a title. I'll keep the background color as white, and I'll select Full HD from the drop-down of size. You can choose custom form factors to suit your needs. I prefer 1920 by 1080 because my audience will likely view it on desktop and mobile devices. Go ahead and click OK. The top half of the screen is a breakdown of the folders and files within my Fullfeel account. If I had other custom shows, I could copy and paste slides from those into my new custom show. But since I don't, let me add a new slide by clicking New Slide in the top left corner. To edit the slide, simply double-click on the slide. Welcome to the CustomShow Editor. Let me give you a quick tour. The white space in the center of the screen is the slide area. The checkered area around the rectangle is an additional workspace that stretches beyond the slide. Items placed here won't appear on your slide. At the bottom of the screen are your slides. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more. To add them, I can either click New Slide in the top left, or I could right-click on the slide and click Insert Slide. The right panel is your Properties panel. This panel is divided into 3 main tabs. The Presentation tab shows you information about your whole custom show. The Slide tab contains information about the slide you're currently on. I want to point out 2 very useful pieces of information here. First is the Slide Elements table at the bottom that shows you a list of all the elements on the slide. Currently, we do not have any elements on the slide. That is why this table is empty. Second, you can expand the Options section to add slide transitions. Last is the Element tab. This is where you will find manipulation options unique to the element you are dealing with on your slide. We will explore these further in the next section of this video. Above the slide, there is a row of buttons you will definitely be using a lot. To preview your custom show, click Full Screen. To add an existing slide to your custom show, click Open. To add a new slide, click New Slide. To insert media, click Media. To add charts, shapes, text, and tables, click the corresponding button. Once you're ready to put your content live, click Publish. You can also export your custom show as a PPTX or a PDF. Last but not least, please note, your progress will be saved automatically as you work. You can ensure your edits are being saved by taking a look at the message in the top right corner. Inserting and manipulating elements in CustomShow. You can insert various types of elements into your CustomShow slide. In this demo, I'm going to show you how to insert 8 different elements in your CustomShow slide. Let's start with text. To insert text into your CustomShow, select the text box at the top of the editor, and an editable text field will appear on your slide. You can double-click the field to enter in your text. In addition to entering in your text, there are several text manipulation options available to you. You can change the alignment of your text by going to the Properties Elements text box panel. You can also change the font, the size, the color, and even advanced settings like kerning, which adds additional spacing between the letters of your text field. CustomShow supports a wide variety of text manipulation options, including the ability for you to import in your own custom fonts for your branding needs. The second element we want to add to the slide is a shape. To insert a shape, click Shapes at the top of the editor and select the shape you would like to insert. You can change the color of the shape by clicking Fill. You can change the outline of the shape by changing the stroke. If you would like no outline, you can change the stroke to 0. You can also change the opacity of the shape so that the shape becomes transparent. In the Properties panel, go to Element and Appearance. Here, you can determine the exact size you want your shape to be. You can also position the shape anywhere you want on the CustomShow slide with precision. The third element we're going to add to our CustomShow slide is an image. To insert an image onto your CustomShow slide, go to Media at the top of the editor, and a pop-up will appear showing all the fullfeel content in your fullfeel account. If you want to learn how to upload content into your fullfeel account, be sure to check out our last video on enabling digital selling. I'm going to go ahead and select an image that I've already uploaded to my fullfeel account and click Insert. As you'll see, the image appears on my slide. I can resize the image either manually or using the Element Appearance panel as we did for our shape. In addition to resizing the image, I can crop the image right within the editor, and I can add styling elements like corner radius. Being able to add these small manipulation options right within the CustomShow Editor saves me a lot of time. I can also choose to change the display settings of the image if I want by going to Element and Image and selecting Options and allowing it to be displayed in full screen on click or displaying a full screen icon. The fourth element we're going to add onto our CustomShow slide is a video. To insert a video onto your CustomShow slide, once again click Media and select a video from your fullfeel account. You also have access to library folders within your fullfeel account. Click Insert, and a video will appear on the screen. You will notice that the video is not playing. If you would like to see how the video looks when it's playing, you can preview the slide by clicking Full Screen. You can click Escape to leave the preview. Videos have several configuration options that are important to know. To get to them, go to Element, Video. Here you can change the playback options. I want my playback to loop, and I want to mute the audio. In addition to the embedded video on slide options, there are full screen options. like playing on hover or displaying a full screen icon. Last but not least, you can also toggle the video controls. For videos that are used in the background, we recommend moving this control to never, so that users can't pause or scrub through the video you have playing in your background. The fifth element we're going to insert onto the custom show slide is a 360-degree panorama. To insert this, insert it the same way you did the image in the video, by clicking on Media, and then going to Bedroom Virtual Tour, which is my 360 panorama file. I'm going to go ahead and click Insert. And just like the video, I can view this in the preview mode to see how it is to interact with it. Let me resize this, move it on the slide, and click full screen. As you can see, using my mouse, I can navigate around the space right within my custom show slide. Pretty cool. In addition to being able to navigate within the slide, Custom Show does give you an option to let an individual view this in full screen by going to Element, Pano 360 Image, and clicking Display in Full Screen. We recommend letting your viewers view Pano 360 images in full screen because it makes it much easier to navigate them on mobile devices. The fifth element we're going to place onto our custom show slide is a web page. To add a web page to a custom show slide, click on Media and select the web page from either your My Work folder or Library folder. Then go ahead and click Insert. As you will see, the web page will first appear as a blank rectangle. To preview the web page, you can open up the slide in full screen just like you did with the video in the 360 Pano file. As you can see, this web page is one of a map, which the user can navigate within right on your custom show slide. Web pages have similar options to Pano 360 images. Go to Element, Web Page, and here you have the ability to display it in full screen on click or display a full screen icon. The seventh element you can add to your custom show slide are charts. To add a chart to your custom show slide, click on Charts on the top menu, and you can select one of 5 types of charts. This is extremely convenient for being able to create charts right within your custom show editor, so you don't have to juggle various tools to create the chart. I'm going to go ahead and select a filled in line graph. I'm going to place this on my custom show slide. I can resize it, and under Elements and Charts, I have a bunch of options in order to configure the data and configure the aesthetic of the chart. To edit the data on the chart, click Edit Data and Color. Here, I can add rows, columns, and manipulate the existing rows and columns that show up in the editor. In addition to manually entering in data, I can also choose to import in a CSV file by clicking the Import button and selecting a CSV file. In addition to adding in the data into my chart, I have several options to change the aesthetic of the chart under Charts and under the Appearance tab. The 8th element I can add to my custom show slide are tables. To insert a table into my custom show slide, simply click Table at the top menu and select the size of the table you would like to insert. You can enter data into the table and you can change the style of the text and the style of the table under the Elements and Table, Cell, and Text fields. As you can see, Custom Show supports a wide variety of elements that help you create breathtaking slides. In the next section of this video, we are going to take some of these elements and create a stellar cover slide. Now that we understand how to insert elements into the Custom Show Editor, and we have a general understanding of the editor layout, let's put together our first slide. On the screen, you'll see 6 elements. There's 2 text elements, there's 2 icons, there's a shape, and there's a video. Using just these 6 elements and less than 5 minutes, we're going to construct a beautiful cover slide that's appropriate for pretty much any presentation and will blow the socks off of your users. To start, let's put this video in the background. To do this, we can select the video element. We can go to Element, Video, and because it's a background video, I want to loop the playback, I want to mute the audio, and for video controls, I want to move this to Never, since I don't really want anyone to be navigating through that video. It just sort of serves as a background. Next, I can click on the Appearance tab. I can change the position to start off in the top right, top left corner, and then I can resize the video to take up the whole screen, so now it's truly a background video. Next, I can take the shape element, and I want to align this to the center of the screen. The reason I have this shape element with a little bit of opacity is so that I could display text on top of it, and the text will be a little bit easier to read. I don't like the sharp edges of the shape right now, so I'm also going to add a little bit of a corner radius to it. Next, I'm going to take one of the text elements, which is the tagline, and I'm going to place it on the middle of the shape as well. For more precision, you can also choose to use the Appearance tab, and you can type in the exact position and size you want the text. I'm going to go ahead and change the text color here to white. The way I want this slide to show up is I want the video to be playing in the background, and then I want the tagline to show up, disappear, and then the title to show up along with my logo. Because of this, I'm going to be placing my logo on top of my tagline for now. One of the things you'll realize is that my title is below the tagline. If I wanted to change the order of how elements appeared on top or below each other, I can either right-click the element and say bring to front or send back. But that's often tedious. One of the features I love most about the CustomShow Editor is under the Slide tab, if you go to Slide Elements, you can just drag and drop the elements above or below one another. So example, if I want the rectangle to be above everything, I can simply just drag and drop it in the order I want. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of the font of my amazing property to white as well by going to the Element text box and selecting the color. I'm going to move the arrow icon to the bottom right corner of the screen. The purpose of this icon is I want this icon to appear after everything else appears to inform the user that they can click on it to navigate to the next slide. And last but not least, I'm going to move my icon to the middle of the screen, right above the title. Now, one of the cool things you can do in CustomShow is you can use builds to control when things appear and disappear. Build-ins control when things appear, and build-outs control when things disappear. So for the purposes of this slide, while the video is playing in the background, the first thing I want to appear is the shape along with my tagline. So I'm going to click the shape, click Build In, set it to Zoom, make the order 1, and I want this to start automatically after the slide transition. I'll also set a delay of 1 so that it doesn't appear right as soon as the slide shows up. Next, I want my tagline to appear. But my tagline is a little bit hard to reach right now because it's behind the title. That's no problem. I can click the Slide tab and I can click the tagline element in the Slide Elements table. I can then click on Element once again, go to the Build tab, and build this in, and I want this to fade in, and I want it to be ordered 2 because I want it to appear right after the shape does. I want there to be a slight delay so that it doesn't appear too quickly, and I want this to start automatically after the previous build. After the tagline appears, I want it to disappear. To do this, I can use a build out. I want it to fade out. I want the order to be 3rd. I want the delay to be 3 seconds so someone has enough time to read it. And I want it to happen automatically after the previous build. Once the tagline appears and disappears, I want the name of my property to show up, along with the logo. I can select the property name, click on Build In, Fade, change this to a delay of 1 second, and do this automatically after the previous build. Let me go ahead and do the same thing with the logo, except this time I'm going to use the zoom build, and I'm going to do this auto after the previous build as well. Last but not least, I want the arrow in the bottom right corner to appear so that users know that they can navigate to the next slide. For this, I'm going to click the element, click on Build. Using Build In, I'm going to use the Move. I want this to move from left to right. I don't want there to be any delay, and I want this to happen automatically after the previous build. Builds can get a little bit confusing when you're new to them, but one helpful tool to keep in mind is in the Build tab, there's a Build Order table that lets you know exactly what's going in and out and in what order they're occurring. You can also click on them within the table to configure them right then and there. Let's take a look at how this entire slide looks now that we've made all these configuration changes by clicking on the full screen button in the top left. As you can see, the video starts to play, my tagline appears, and then it disappears. And then my title will appear along with my logo and then the next button. And just like that, using only 6 elements, we've created a stellar cover slide. I hope this tutorial inspires you to create immersive and engaging content within CustomShow. Thank you.